Hello, algebra students. Mr. Lawrence here, and we're going to be doing a little factoring review this week, making sure you're good at it, and we'll get a little further as the week goes on and start getting you some new material, but factoring is very, very important. You can see I've spent so much time on it. Okay, now, this officially is the start of the fourth quarter. It's Monday, April 6th. You should be watching this. Now, all the grades this quarter, as I'm sure you heard, are going to be pass-fail. Each assignment, the videos do not count as assignments. Each assignment is going to count as 1 point. To get that point, you must do all of the problems. Not one of them, not all but one of them. You must do them all. If you do them all wrong, I hope you seek me out for help, but you'll still get credit for having done it, unless you're putting down ridiculous work like, George Washington, the answer to a factoring problem. Very rarely would that be the case. Okay? To pass the class, because you're only going to get a pass or a fail, a credit or a no credit for the quarter, you must have at least 60% of the possible points. Okay, so if there's 10 assignments, you must have at least 6 points. Nobody's getting an A, nobody's getting a B, no C minuses. There are Fs for the people that don't earn 60% of the points. Now, I'll be having office hours twice a day, as you probably know. Please make sure you're coming in and checking them out. Okay, we can do some Google Meets. I can help you out with that, etc., etc. Or you can just ask questions or just pop in and say hi. All right, so I've got 7 problems here. I would like you to go ahead and do them in 1 minute. I want to point out that there's this closure document you're going to see every week. Today is highlighted here. It won't be highlighted when you open up the document, but I highlighted it for the video. Monday, April 6th, watch video on greatest common factor and difference of perfect squares. Factoring, right? There's the video link to get to my page where you can find my videos, and the assignment is on XL. Okay, factor by GCF and difference of perfect squares. You'll see that for every day for the week. It'll be posted on Mondays. All right, so let's get back to the video. I would love for you to do these 7 problems, okay? Here you go. There's the first 6. Maybe I can move that 7th one up so you can see it better. There we go. All right, try all 7 of them. They should be a review. You should tear through most of them. And I am going to ask you to pause the video and then watch for my answers. Okay, if you remember from before the closure started, the first type of factoring we should always try is the greatest common factor. Number 1 here, there's a greatest common factor. It's 5. I'm going to factor out the 5, leaving an x plus 10, and I am done. Hey, James, I can't compete with you, okay, buddy? All right, the second one here, I'm looking for a GCF. Always look for the GCF first. I'm going to find the greatest common factor of 12 and 6 is 6, and then x. Okay, so I'm going to have 2x minus, did you get fooled? It's minus 1, right? It's not just blank, because you're dividing. 6x divided by 6x is 1, not 0. All right, so there is the second problem factored. The third problem, the GCF is 1. Doesn't help me. Factoring out a 1 doesn't do anything. But there are 2 terms. So the only possibility is the difference of perfect squares. Is the 9x squared a perfect square? Sure is. The square root is 3x. Is 16 a perfect square? Yep. Square root is 4. Is there subtraction? There sure is. This is going to factor as 3x plus 4 and 3x minus 4. Of course, if you had the quantities reversed, 3x minus 4 and then 3x plus 4, it's the same thing. Just a little trick, a little catch. I always put the positive one to the left. You'll see why in a couple problems. All right. Number 4, GCF of 25 and 49. That's only going to be 1. No common variable. So is 25x squared a perfect square? It sure is. Square root is 5x. Is 49 a perfect square? Yep. Is it subtraction? You bet your boots it is, because that 25x squared is negative. This is going to factor. You might want to rewrite it as 49 minus 25x squared. That might make it easier, so you can go 7 plus 5x and 7 minus 5x. But if they want it in descending order, which they often do, then you'll have a 5x plus a 7. Did you notice the 5x is positive? So is the 7. And then over here, you'll have a negative 5x plus a 7, because here my 5x was negative and my 7 was positive. And there it is factored. All right, did I fool you on number 5? Did I fool you? I might have, because sure enough, there are two perfect squares, right? Square root of x squared is x, square root of 81 is 9, but it's addition. There is no subtraction. This is prime. It cannot be factored. No, it can't. If you think it can, take what you factored it as and double distribute. I bet you don't get x squared plus 81. Okay, number 6. I'm looking for a greatest common factor. I'm thinking 3x, leaving me with an x squared plus a 25. Now, I have to look inside here and see if I can factor any more. X squared plus 25. Well, the square root is x. Square root is 5. Problem is, there's no subtraction again. So this part here cannot be factored. So I am done. We don't call this expression prime because we did factor out a GCF. Okay? All right. Let's see. Better look for a GCF here. Looks like it's going to be 3x, leaving me with x to the 4th minus 16. Well, the square root is x squared of x to the 4th. The square root of 16 is 4, and there is subtraction. So this is going to factor more. Now, don't throw away the 3x. It has to stay out front. But you're going to get an x squared plus 4 and an x squared minus 4. And you're done, right? Look, perfect square, subtraction. This quantity can be factored more. We're going to have 3x. We're going to have x squared plus 4. That part cannot be factored because there's no subtraction. Then an x plus 2 in one quantity and an x minus 2 in the other. And there it is. It factors all the way down to that. All right, that's it for the video. Make sure you do the Excel assignment. Again, it's review. You should tear right through it. All right, Mr. Lawrence signing off. Have a good day, everybody.